Hey Internet people, today I want to show you this Selens tripod I got off of Amazon this past week. I'm going on a big trip to Germany in a couple days and I needed a travel tripod. The other travel tripod I have is a couple years old and it's seen some better days. I'm holding it together with a hair clip right now because one of the rivets fell out. So it was time to upgrade, get something a little bit more beefy. My camera rig is heavier now, so I wanted something that could hold it up. I haven't tested this yet, so let's go through the features of this thing and then see if it can hold up my camera. Alright, I already unpacked this thing. This isn't an official unboxing. It came with this neoprene holder here, which although it's nice, I'm not going to baby my tripod. I'm not going to keep it in a neoprene holder. But, you know, honestly, this thing feels like it'd be very nice for, you know, like a cold bottle of wine. Take it on a picnic, throw it in there. It'll protect it from bumps and breaks. I don't know. But it seems like a nice thing to have around. It's neat that they included it. My shirt is gray. I should have put on a lighter shirt so this thing would pop. So one of the reasons I picked this over other tripods that were on Amazon was because just how short it is when it's collapsed. I forget the actual dimensions. Do I have a ruler around here? Let's find a ruler. So, collapsed all the way down, I'm going to call it 12.5 inches, just over a foot. That's pretty dang small. The super cheap tripod that the camera's on right now doesn't collapse down this small, and I think I paid like 20 bucks for that thing. One of the big questions I had about it before I ordered, and I couldn't find any information on it, was how the mechanism worked for extending the legs. So basically, you've got this situation where you twist it and each section of the leg twists out of a connector and then slides out. And then to make it lock in, you grab the end and give it a good crank and you'll feel each section lock into place. And then to release it, you do the reverse and they all go in. Seems pretty sturdy. There are plastic O-rings involved here. I don't know how long those will last, but honestly, if this thing lasts this trip and, you know, some household use, I will have gotten my money's worth out of it. Another reason I bought this was because of just how tall it gets. I don't know if you can tell by this video or other videos that I'm in, but I am a tall boy at just under 6'3", and this thing is a good 4 inches taller than the tripod that camera's on right now, so I'll be able to get a little bit closer up into my face range if I'm shooting selfies with it. 57.5 inches, my previous tripod. 48 inches. So 11 inches taller. Wait, what did I say? You do the math. I don't remember what I said. The ball head on this feels very nice and firm. It's pretty dang smooth too. You dial it in and it's really easy to just grab it and move it around exactly where you need it to be. Slides back and forth. It's so smooth that I almost wish there was a video arm attachment for it, because I could totally see myself using this in a fluid head sort of application, just because of how smooth it actually is. It takes a couple seconds to release the plate. You've really got to unscrew this thing. The plate comes out. But it's a pretty sturdy plate. It's made out of metal, no cheap plastic or anything like that. I honestly think I should see if I can order 2 or 3 of these just to have a couple extras around so that I can quickly swap out options. Swap on my big camera, swap on an iPhone holder, swap on a GoPro holder, you know, in the field, quick swap outs, utilitarian stuff. All right, let's see if this stand holds up my big camera. this isn't even that big of a camera. It's a Canon T4i with a 18 to 35 Sigma lens on it. This is my workhorse lens for doing demo work and various other professional gigs. I like to have kind of like a relatively cheap run and gun rig here. I'm not trying to impress anyone with my camera rig. Feels like it's not going anywhere. It's got a nice wide tripod base to it. The legs go really far out. The legs do snap into wider positions if you want them to, which is a pretty neat feature. You can get creative having it splayed out on, you know, rocks or uneven surfaces. You go to the mountains or the beach or something like that. Seems to be holding it just fine. I mean, it is a little wobbly. If there was a breeze, I wouldn't trust this thing to get a steady shot. The ball head seems to hold just fine when you crank it down, but you can make some smooth adjustments to it. I'm pretty impressed with the quality of the hardware on this thing. Nothing feels cheap or plasticky, but it is still definitely a travel tripod. I mean, this isn't going to replace your heavy duty, you know, studio or, you know, close to home tripod. But if you want to throw this thing in a backpack, I think this is the way to go. I suppose I'll report back when I'm done with my trip to say how well it did. But my first impressions are strong. I like how easy it is to pull it out and break it down once you know like what physical motion you have to go through. It goes real quick. Breaks down to a really convenient tabletop sort of stand. Still nice wide legs for a tabletop stand. I think this thing's a winner. Little hook down there if you do need to weight it. Oh yeah, you can also take one of the legs off. It'll take me a hot minute here. Take one of the legs off and you take off the little hook thing here on the bottom and you can turn it into a monopod. So that's neat for people who like to use monopods. The threads are nice and smooth on everything that screws in and out. I think it's a good buy. All right, thanks for watching, everyone. Please like and subscribe, leave me comments, ask me questions, suggest other products if you want to. I don't care. But there it is. Fun little travel tripod.